Hi, this is Marsha.
And this is Kelly.
We are the 2U's of 2U's Fiber Adventures. Thanks for stopping by.
You'll hear about knitting, spinning, dyeing, crocheting, and just about anything else we can think of as a way to play with string.
We blog and post show notes at 2usfiberadventures.com.
And we invite you to join our 2U's Fiber Adventures group on Ravelry. I'm 100 Projects.
And I am Better in Motion.
We're both on Instagram and Ravelry, and we look forward to meeting you there.
Enjoy the episode. Morning, Kelly.
Hey, Marsha, how is it in Seattle today?
It's nice. I was out earlier this morning, and it was very overcast and cold. And now I'm sitting upstairs at my desk and looking out the window, and we have beautiful sunshine. So I don't know what the temperature is now.
That sounds about similar to us. We had kind of drizzly fog this morning, and now it's sunny. It's about 68 degrees.
Okay, I'm looking at my phone, and it says right now it's 65 degrees, and it's going to be a high of 75 today.
Okay, so you're going to have a little. You're going to have a little warmer day than us. Just getting slower getting started.
I think both of us, because you're further inland than I am, but, well, actually, okay, let me make my statement. I say we're both coastal cities. You're inland, how many miles are you from?
About 20.
Of course, I'm not on the Pacific Ocean. That's all the way on the other side of the Olympic Peninsula. But we get the marine layer from the Puget Sound. So it's a very coastal marine layer in the morning. Well, we're counting down. I leave on Tuesday. We're recording on Thursday, July 9th, and I leave on Tuesday, the 14th.
Yes.
To drive to your house.
A week from today,
Kelly.
You'll already be here, and we'll be getting ready to leave the next day.
Yeah.
I know. It's been such a long time thinking about it. Because I got the gift certificate for Christmas. So I've been thinking about this trip since Christmas, and now it's almost here.
I've got stuff laid out in the spare bedroom, my clothes and stuff I'm packing. The reason I'm driving to your house is I'm bringing Enzo, and Robert's going to take care of Enzo. And Enzo's going to have fun in your backyard and hanging out with Barry and Bailey.
Yes, and Aunt
Betty. Because they get along pretty well.
And her cookie jar.
Yeah, really. Don't let her get him too fat with cookies.
She always worries about that, and Bailey has been a little chunky lately, and so we've been cutting back on her food. And the other day I'm out in the backyard, and she comes running to me with something in her mouth. I'm like, what do you have? She drops it on the ground, and it's an avocado, and the squirrels get them and chew a little bit of the avocado from our avocado tree, and then drops on the ground. So anyway, she had got that, and I thought, you know what? I wonder if she's been eating avocados that have dropped to the ground, and that's why she's so. It's been so hard to keep weight off of her because she's munching on avocados.
And avocados are pretty high calorie.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, oh, maybe that's what's happening. She's eating avocados. I know they're both eating figs like crazy. The figs have been dropping off the tree, and then I'll go out and grab a fig and give each of them half, and then grab one for myself. And so there's a lot of opportunities to find things to munch on in the backyard too, besides the cookie jar in Aunt Betty's room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think Monday. I think I'll take Enzo. I'll give him a bath, and then the other thing I need to do is. I posted a picture on Instagram about his ears that I love his groomer. This is not a complaint about her, but I asked her to cut him shorter because he's going to go almost 8 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And his schedule is every 4 weeks, but he's going to go almost 8 weeks before he's groomed again. So I asked her if she could cut him to sort of overall shorter. And she said, yes. I just thought that included his ears too. So his ears are very long. And what I really would like, she doesn't like, and I understand, she doesn't want to cut his ears too short, because I guess if you cut them too short, they kind of stick out. I guess just like a person's hair too, like it stick. If you have curly hair, then if you cut it short, it just sticks out kind of. So, but I just want them cut. If you pull them forward to the tip of his nose, I want them shorter than his nose.
Yeah.
Because they get in his food. And so I was looking at them, and one side, it goes past his nose, but the other side is like an inch longer than so I think his left ear his left ear I think is about an inch longer than his right ear. But I think, their heads are not flat, just like us. When people are cutting your hair, your head is round. His head is not flat. I mean, I'm sure he's moving a little bit, and it's probably kind of hard to see to get them even. But even the shortest one is too long. So I have to go, before I get to your house, or maybe you can help me. Maybe I should just wait and you can help me do it. Because but I just need to cut those ears shorter, because he's going to spend a lot of time in your back garden, and he's going to get a lot of stuff in his ears. And I don't want Robert's going to have to spend I don't want him to have to worry about trying to get all that stuff out of his ears and cleaning his ears after he eats and stuff. So I need to just.
Well, you can, when you give him a bath and his ears are wet, just cut off about 2 inches from the bottom of his, or however much you can cut so that, not his ear flap, obviously, but cut the hair.
Yes, I'm not actually going to cut his ears off.
Right. But you can, like trim his bangs sort of. And it doesn't matter if you get him too short, because by the time you go back, I mean, they're going to be really long anyway. By the time you go back to the groomer, so.
Yeah. They'll grow out. It's not a big deal, but I tried grooming him. You know this. I tried grooming him when he was younger, and it's like, that's not my skill set at all. So before we go on about projects, we should mention the survey. Our June survey is still.
Oh, you know what? It's already July.
Oh, it's over.
No,
okay, Kelly, we are the worst podcasters.
We'll just leave it open if somebody hasn't yet taken the survey, the June survey, go ahead and do it, because we didn't come up with a July survey. We didn't even realize it was July.
I would say, what do we do with our time? I know exactly what I've been doing. In fact, we can talk about what we've been doing. But anyway, okay, well, that's bad podcasting. But well, so do you want to just talk about projects, or?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go first, because my project list is extremely short.
I noticed this, Kelly.
Yes, I know. I think I have to remedy that. I at least need to have one other project activated for the trip. But anyway, I'm still working on the boxy. I'm knitting right now on it. And this past couple of weeks, I haven't done a lot, because I've been doing a lot more spinning. So I would say I'm maybe 8 inches, maybe 6 inches from the armhole down the body. So I haven't made a whole lot of progress, maybe about an inch. If I look at I have a progress keeper, and looks like I've done about an inch since the last time I moved it. I, knit on it a little bit at dog class. And I think I knit on it one other day that I was watching something. But mostly I've been spinning, so so it hasn't gotten as much time, but it'll be a good thing to have for the trip, because all it is just stocking it in the round at this point. And I have, I'll have to look and see how much further I need to go. I mean, obviously, it's only 6 inches. I have to go further, but I don't know how much further. I need to measure my other one and get that number written down somewhere so I know how far to go. And then thinking of spinning, I really want to be done. This is my theme this year. Like, I really want to be done with this project. My spinning projects have been long, lots of yardage, lots of weight. So I'm still working on those merino silk bats because remember I thought I was done with them in the last episode. I had spun the box and then I found another box. And so I'm spinning those and I have very little left to spin and I have almost the third bobbin topped up. So I've got a skein that I wound off. I've got a bobbin that I still need to wind off into a skein of 3-ply yarn. And then I have these 3 bobbins almost all topped up again. So I should be able to get 2 or 3 skeins from what I have once I ply it. And then I have maybe, I don't know, I'm going to say maybe 30 grams still left to spin that I can use to top up the bobbins as I go so I can get as close to even and no waste as possible. And then when I'm done with that, I don't know, the first batch I did with the light colored silk was 21 ounces, I think. And so I think I'll at least get that much out of this batch. So that'll be almost, 3 pounds? Close to 3 pounds of yarn, I think. I'm not positive about that. I didn't weigh it. The fleece was just under 6 pounds. So this will be probably about half, maybe a little more than half of the fleece. Because, you lose some weight from washing in merino, you lose a lot of weight from the lanolin. I still have more of this, but it's not fully washed. I've washed it a couple of, I've done a couple of washes, but it still needs to be, it needs to have another wash. And I think that was the whole fleece. I'm not going to even say that because I keep finding things. I keep thinking I'm done with something and then I'm rooting around in the garage and like, oh, I didn't realize I had more of this. Oh, I didn't realize I had more of that. Like, oh no, I really want to cross stuff off my list and I keep finding little bits and pieces of things left. So anyway, so I've been spinning. The merino silk is really nice. This batch has quite a lot of felty neps. But even with that, it's still just really, really nice to spin. It feels great. It slides right through my fingers. It's going to be it's like a fingering weight, I think, 3-ply, which is not great for a sweater. I mean, I'm doing a sweater right now that's like 26, 27 stitches to the inch. Very small. It's like lace weight yarn.
Well,
so, it'd be kind of nice to do a DK sweater. I don't have much DK yarn. So we'll see. So anyway, that's been my spinning. And then I had been on a tear to get some fleeces washed, and I did that. And then the East Frisian, I have an East Frisian fleece where a quarter of it was already washed, and then a quarter of it was in a separate bag. It was the best part of it. I washed one half of the best part, and then I had the other half of the best part, which is about a quarter of the fleece in a pillowcase. So I washed that. So now that basically half of the East Frisian fleece I've been picking, and I got a nice box of fluff to spin. I haven't started spinning it. I've just been, or carding it. I've just been getting it ready to card. So So that'll be ready to go. And it's kind of a fun thing to do, mindless thing to do while you're watching or listening to something. Just pick the fleece bits apart. And it's really pretty clean. It doesn't have a whole lot of vegetable matter in it. So it'll be nice. It should be pretty nice to spin. It's interesting. So like the California Red and this East Frisian is the same. These breeds that are not really bred as spinners fleeces. The East Frisian is a milk sheep, and the California Red, she the woman that I bought the fleece from, she shears them, and she does sell the fleeces, but they're not as a breed, they're not the type of breed that is really part of a spinner's flock, I think. And what I'm noticing is that one of the things about these breeds is that they are not consistent across the sheep, right? So I'll be picking a part of the East Frisian fleece, and I'll be like, oh, this is pretty, this is pretty nice. This is really soft. And then I'll grab another handful, and I'll be like, oh, this is kind of like medium workhorse fleece. And I did, as I was skirting it, I did try to get the nicest parts together, right? But even so, there's variation, even among what I thought was the nicest parts. When it's full of lanolin, it's harder for me to tell. But even among that, what I thought was the nicest parts, there's a lot of variation, and I think that's really the difference. Or it's a big part of the difference between like the merino that I'm spinning and then those others is that consistency. Yeah. Like every handful, every bat of this merino is just, it's the same. It's just nice, soft and silky and maybe not the same length, but the consistency, the handle of it is the same. Whereas like the East Frisian is not that way. The California Red is not that way. The lots of other breeds of fleece are not quite as consistent. So anyway, that's my experience with picking this East Frisian fleece and thinking about consistency of fleece. So, and Tour de Fleece started July 4th. Which didn't seem much different to me because I had already been spinning, like it was my job. But yeah, Tour de Fleece has started, and I remember when I used to have like a new bobbin with something different on it every day or every other day to share, and I've been just doing the same thing for weeks now. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of it when I'm done.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, you're going to have, would you say that one is you have like 3 pounds? That's when you, almost 3 pounds?
I think I'll have about 3 pounds.
That's a lot, of fiber, I think. So and this is what you were talking about making, you're going to spin it for a blanket, you were thinking, or have I got that wrong? I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'll definitely have enough for a blanket, but I don't know. I might make a sweater. I could probably make a sweater and a blanket if I have that much. A woven blanket. So we'll see. I don't know, but I definitely think I can use the two together, even though the silk that I blended in is different for each batch. I could just alternate skeins and use them both, and I think it would be fine. It'll look nice. So yeah, it's a big lot that I'm doing, and I didn't really realize that it was this much when I started.
Well, I would really like to I don't have time to do it now because I'm getting ready to leave, but I really want to go out, bring the carder and put it out on the deck and start carding.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, you have to do it when you get home.
Maybe I should. Yeah, or maybe I'll just make a day do it. Like maybe today I should just go out and do it after we take the dog for a walk, and then go out there and just try for a while. Because I'm in pretty good shape about the stuff I need to do.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, yeah.
So is that everything? Or?
That's it.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about. I have finished 2 finished projects.
Whoa!
In the spirit of the summer spin-in and tour de fleece, I finished the Compass Moon Creations. I think the last time we talked, I think I had just spun this. I had to finish spinning the singles.
Yeah,
I think. But I finished it. And I did, so I finished it. I have about 500 yards of, I think, DK or worsted weight. I had 10 ounces. Mm-hmm. So cross your fingers about that. 10 ounces and 500 yards. I'm going to get back to that in a second. So, but one thing I did realize is I really, and we had a conversation about this, Kelly, and this is my learning, is I've done this before where you just wind the single into a cake and then pull from the center and the outside and ply it. And the first one, I just really struggled. I had so many of those little corkscrew things that I really struggled to get those out. It's very difficult to spin. And at some points I had to just break those out and just pull them out. And when we had a conversation about it, you pointed out is that what you pull from the inside of the ball puts more twist into the yarn than what you pull from the outside of the cake. So one single is having more twist added to it than the other one, and that's the one that gets more corkscrews. And I thought my problem was I was impatient. Instead of letting it sit and relax before I started letting the single relax before I started plying it. I thought that was my problem.
Well, that's probably part of it, but yeah. I mean, that contributes, but yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish.
Oh, no. I agree with what you're saying. I think that contributes to it, not letting it rest, being, impatient and impetuous, but also I never thought about that. And it is something when I knit with when I wind a cake and then knit with it, I always pull from the outside because I do know it puts less twist into the yarn than if you pull from the inside. I don't know why I didn't think about that when I was plying. Of course, duh, it makes sense. So, but what I kind of like, the reason I've always liked that technique is that you use all of your singles, where if you put them on 2 bobbins, they might be uneven, right? But I think it's easier to ply. So I think something to think about in the future. Is maybe it's better to put it on two bobbins or however many you need.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who absolutely say, and this is one of those, spinning controversies. There are people who say, you absolutely should not do a 2-ply from a, center pull ball. And I still do it. I mean, I do that, but there is more management to it, and you do run the risk of having it not ply as nicely because of that extra twist.
And then also when we talked, you said that sometimes you get the issue, instead of having the 2 singles actually twist together, you get one that wraps around the other one.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
There's a lot more management and fussing that you have to do to keep it from going wrong.
Yeah.
And then with certain types of yarn, the merino and superwash merino is like this too. I remember having in my early spinning days, having a big disaster with my first batch of superwash merino that I spun, where I was plying from the center pull ball, and and the yarn in the center like felted on itself.
Oh.
It like rubbed on itself, and I don't know, maybe it wasn't superwash now that I think about it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was merino. And it sort of felted on itself, and so that it grabbed like other strands as it was coming out. And I had the biggest mess of all these extra loops that had been pulled out of the inside that I was trying to apply around these extra loops, and I finally had to just lose a bunch of yarn. Because I couldn't, I just couldn't manage it.
And that happened to me too, especially at the beginning where it's kind of tight. They got stuck together and I had to just cut it out. So, I mean, the thing about it is if I just split it, what I said is what I liked about having it in the cake and plying that way is you use all of the singles. But at the end of the day, maybe you're not, because I lost a lot with pulling sections out where I had all the corkscrews and all the little knots. So maybe we've just sort of answered our question. The right way of doing it, it is.
Well, and what I like to do, and I've been pretty successful with this technique, is not spin all of my singles and leave out. And this is just something that I recently thought of. I think it happened kind of by accident, and then I realized it was a really good idea that I just keep out some of my fiber before I start plying. And so then I start plying, and then when I get to the point where, it's not even, I've used up one of the bobbins, but the other two are still there. I still have some fiber that I can use to kind of even them out. And it doesn't, it doesn't always totally work. Like one batch I did recently, I don't know what I did. I must have been spinning a lot differently on one of the bobbins than on the other, because they all looked exactly the same size. And one of them was gone, and I still had like half on the other one. And so, so clearly, it doesn't always work. But you can make it work a little bit better by just keeping out some fiber before you start plying. And then, the other thing that people do is they rewind their bobbins onto storage bobbins. And you can actually weigh, you can actually be weighing your bobbin as you're winding the storage bobbin. So like if your bobbin is, the full bobbin is, I don't know, 120 grams, and you already know that the bobbin itself with no yarn on it is 20 grams, then that means you have 100 grams of yarn there, right? And then you can divide it up evenly onto the storage bobbins. But that's not even a totally safe way to do it, because that assumes that you're always spinning the same yardage per gram, right? And I mean, I know I'm not. I'm a pretty consistent spinner, but I'm not always spinning the exact same yardage per gram. So, 30 grams of singles on each bobbin is still not necessarily going to come out with every bobbin empty when I'm done. So, it's handwork. It's not perfect.
Yeah, there has to be a certain amount of waste, just is going to be a certain amount. So
yeah, and then what some people do is they put that waste on every project they just take the waste and wind it onto a bobbin. So all their projects, there's one bobbin that they have that's just all the waste from all their projects, and then when that bobbin is full, they just call it like a Frankenskein. So it's just a sort of skein of random leftover bits of everything that they've been spinning, which would be sort of fun. I don't do that, but it'd be sort of fun.
Yes. Oh, okay. I just, when I have it left over, it sort of breaks my heart, but I just throw it away.
I do too.
Yeah. But at a certain point, you just can't use everything. But that is kind of it'd just be kind of fun, even if you never make anything out of it. It's kind of a fun idea.
Just to see what you'd get
I never thought about
by keeping the leftovers. all on one bobbin
Yeah.
until the bobbin was full, and then make a center pull ball and ply it up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all this leads now to my next spinning project. So I bought last summer, went over to Yakima, Washington. There was a big weaving conference, and just went to the marketplace, and I bought. No, wait a minute. Was it there? No, I didn't. That's not where I bought it. I bought it at Fiber Fusion. But anyway, I bought 24 ounces of 80% wool, 15% mohair, and 6% silk. The wool, I looked it up, is actually, we talked about this, I believe it's Wensleydale.
Oh,
long
yeah.
fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's from a company called Sheridan Flats. Beautiful yarn. I was super excited about it. Still excited about it. And we had a whole conversation about 24 ounces should be like a sweater quantity. No, it's not. So what I'm going to say is I had started out with 24 ounces. I finished spinning all of it, and I have a little over 650 yards. Now remember I said cross your fingers. I want to go back to the Compass Moon, which is 100% merino. I had 10 ounces and I have about 500 yards compared to 24 ounces of Sheridan Flats, and I get about 650 yards. Part of the difference is the Compass Moons is a 2-ply. The Sheridan Flats is a 3-ply. But anyway, and then also, do you remember I started spinning this a while ago, and do you remember I called you? I talked about this in the podcast too, that the first skein I plied, you know how we've always talked about how you ever so slightly overply, because when you wind it on into a hang or a skein, it unplies a little bit and it relaxes.
And it also just relaxes once you wash it. Mm-hmm.
Right. No, not in this case. So it shrank. I took it off the Nitty Naughty, and it shrank to like half its size. I mean, like, thank God I put a lot of ties on that thing. Otherwise, it just completely shrunk to about half. So
let me just point out, Marsha, that would not be what I would call ever so slightly overplying.
No. So I guess my point is we to clarify, we talk about ever so slightly overply. I did not do that. I don't know what I did. I mean, I really don't know. Well, so here, I guess, okay, let me make my statement. I have some thoughts, but it was way too overplied. And so I got kind of a little depressed about it, set it aside, came back to it, and I have finished plying I had to spin a bit more. I plied the rest of it, and I turned down the speed, because I'm doing this on my e-spinner, but I turned down the speed. So it was turning really slow, really careful, and so turned out beautifully, really beautiful yarn. So it's plied, but it's not anything like, and when I took it off the Nitty Naughty, it just, the first one, oh my God. So I took it off all the other ones, I just take them off, and it would just hang there beautifully, right? So it's like it has enough twist in it that it's sturdy, but it's not like the first one.
And with that fiber content, it should be really nice and drapey too.
Yes.
I bet they're just nice and drapey skeins.
They're beautiful. Really, really love them. But I just don't want to, that first one, you can't knit with it at all. I mean, well, first of all, it's so different now than I ended up with 5 skeins. So 4 of them are beautiful. The first one is terrible. But what I did is I wound it into a cake, and then I ran it through the wheel again, the opposite direction, to take out a lot of the twist. And we had a conversation about this. Was it yesterday? I think, or whatever day it was, that I took it again. I took it off, and it's just nowhere near as scrunched up like it was the first time. But I called you, I sent you a picture, and I said, do you think I should wind it back into a cake and send it through again? And you said you should wash it first. So I washed it, and I did, this technique where you drape it over a plastic hanger, and then I just put a plastic hanger at the bottom just to give it a little bit of weight, but not a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
And and then I let it dry overnight. And this morning I was looking at it, and you cannot tell the difference between the first one and the last four.
Oh,
it looks
nice.
the same.
Okay, good.
And when you take it, it's beautiful. So my only dilemma is
off.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And I did, I probably gained an extra half a yard by taking out that twist, which that's not the point of getting more yardage. I was kind of curious if I would get more yardage. I just got it's like a half a yard more, not a lot. But, so I think I don't know what I'm going to do now with it's worsted or Aran weight yarn.
Yeah,
probably.
It's Aran.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's thicker. Well,
yeah.
I'd say it's probably Aran weight, but also because of the type of fiber it is, the standard 220 yards in 4 ounces is Cascade 220 is like a worsted. Like that standard isn't the same when you're talking about those, mohair, silk, and then such a heavy, like a dense, silky kind of lustrous wool like Wensleydale. They're all really heavy fibers, and so dense fibers, and so the weights are not going to be as accurate as a measure of what type of yarn it is. You probably do better to look at wraps per inch. Or, like, how does it look in terms of size? Does it look like the thickness of a Aran or a worsted weight? But yeah.
So
that's not very much yardage.
When I bought it, I thought, and so when I bought it, I thought, and as I said, the owner, we had a conversation that 24 ounces would be probably enough for a sweater. Everybody agreed. No, it's not. And so that's why, and so I thought, I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll have enough that I can make like a vest. I don't know. I think I have actually 600 and I don't know. I have to look.
It says on the show notes you have 650 yards.
Yeah, and actually I have. Let me look at. I have 673 yards.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's something I have to think about. So I had my one thought is don't worry about it. Just put it in the bin and. Something get some idea.
Weave
maybe
with
you can
it.
Make like a shawl. I could weave with it. I also thought I could actually just get a contrasting yarn, make like a striped sweater. That was one thought.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to want that in a sweater. I have to say, I don't think you're going to want that fiber in a sweater. It's just
too heavy and
too dense. Yeah. Itchy.
Okay.
Dense, drapey.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. But I'm just thinking about the fibers that you say are in it. I think you would have a hard time finding something to use with it.
Okay, so here's my other thought too is the company, the mill is called Olympic. I'm sorry. I'm not the mill. The Sheridan Flats is the company that she sends it out to Olympic Yarn and Fiber for to be milled. But I was thinking of contacting. I looked at Sheridan Flats website, and the color I have is no longer available. But I was thinking if she had like, I don't know, 6 ounces left or 10 ounces left or something left. She probably doesn't take it. She doesn't have it on her website, and she probably doesn't take it to a show. It might be worth just sending her an email saying, do you happen to have any more ounces of this colorway?
Yeah.
That's one thought. The other thought was like, well, maybe you just buy a contrasting color of the same fiber, but just a different color, and spin that, with the idea that this would, so I get another, like a sweater quantity. Now that you've said what you've said, maybe I should just let all of that go and just stick it in the box. And when I get some idea about what I want to do with it, I could weave something with it.
How does it go with, have you looked at it compared to that Wensleydale that you bought all those years ago when you were, when you got those Wensleydale skeins from I can't even remember now.
Yes, because I have a lot of them.
Yeah. I can't remember who the vendor was, but she has all kinds of different breeds. And twice, I think, 2 or 3 times you added more to your stash of Wensleydale, thinking that you wanted to make something out of it. Yeah, a sweater.
I know, and I I wanted to make like a coat kind of thing out of it. Let me see. What was the name of that company?
I don't know.
Let's see if I. Let me see.
But you should get that out and like put them together and see how they look together. I don't know.
Yeah, the colors I think would look pretty nice, because I was thinking even if I get like an espresso color, like a dark chocolate brown kind of would look good with it. I was also thinking of the merino that I just finished spinning. Also, it's as I say, it's like 500 yards. I was thinking of using that in like a colorwork sweater within like a chocolate brown too. I thought that would be pretty. But yeah, I can't remember how much. I don't know how to find that because it doesn't seem to have a.
Well, it'd be interesting to go get it out of your stash and look at it alongside the yarn that you just made. But I mean, I know your first go-to is a sweater. I know. But there's lots of other things that you can make, I mean, even if you decided to make yardage, I mean, you could make yourself something using your fancy sewing machine with yardage, if you made yardage. I don't know. I think there's lots of other possibilities that you would probably like better than a sweater out of such a heavy yarn.
No, I agree with you. I think that I get a mindset about a certain thing. I get this idea, and then but it's hard for me to shake myself off of it. When I mean,
because that's going to be a very hot sweater. It's going to be hot. It's going to be itchy. It's going to be, I mean, I'm a total buzzkill.
Perfect sweater. Perfect for someone I hate.
Hot, heavy, thick.
Itchy piece of fiber.
I mean, okay, if you're going cross country skiing, maybe in like not in Seattle, but like I don't know, Antarctica. I don't know. Oh my God. I think there's lots of possibilities, but that doesn't sound like sweater fiber to me.
No.
I mean, when you say wool, mohair, silk, that sounds fine. But then when you look at what's in the wool, and I think at one point when you talked about it was like something and Wensleydale and Gotland or something. Like those are not sweater. You know what?
Oh yes,
people may disagree
that
with
I bought.
Me. There are people who will disagree with me, but I will say, in my opinion, Gotland, Wensleydale, those are not wools to go in a sweater. That would not be my first choice of what to do with that type of fiber.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking through here, and I do not find that. I know it's down in the basement that that Wensleydale that I bought down at the I bought it at Black Sheep.
Well, maybe you didn't put it in Ravelry.
I must not have, because I don't see it in here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I won't bore people with going through this, but anyway,
you have a lot of it. I know you have a lot of it.
I know. I think I have 2,000 yards.
So now you have 2,670
I'm insane.
yards.
You know that?
You have 2,670 yards of yarn that you can use to make something.
You know, Kelly, I just realized as I'm talking about this, I'm a little nuts, I think, when it comes to...
We're both a little nuts. We're all a little nuts.
Yeah, really, we all are.
Like a whole community of
company.
people are spinning during the Tour de France. Like, we're all a little nuts.
Okay. All right, well...
You're in good company, Marsha.
Yeah, at least I know I'm not alone. So, okay. Well, moving off of that, I have an almost finished project, but it's not quite done. I'm almost done here. But remember I had the 2 T-shirts I was knitting, and one of them is Trillium Lake by Kay Hopkins, and this is the Queensland Collection Coastal Cotton, and in that orange color. Anyway, I'm at the hem, and I've just this morning put in the eyelet, the row of eyelet around the bottom. Then you do 2 rows of stockinette, and then it says just to do 1 row of purl, but I noticed the neck and the arm, the sleeves have 3 rows of purl. So I'm putting in 3. And then I'll bind off.
Wow.
So I'll be done with the body. And then I believe it's the same type of thing where you pick up and you knit like 2 rows of stockinette, put in the eyelet lace if you want, another 2 rows of stockinette, 3 rows of the purl, and bind off. So I'm getting pretty close to being done.
That'll be done before you leave.
Yes. So so what I was also, when we were talking before we started recording, I was doing a swatch. At the same time I bought this Queensland, I also bought Queensland Collection Eco Twist in the colorway Crimson Canyon. And it's like almost like a barber pole, kind of like a sort of a rust color and a natural color. And so the pattern I was thinking of casting on is called the Mellow Mood Top by Julia Pirro. So I'm just swatching for it now. I will say, though, when we were talking before we started recording, I don't know if I want to do another T-shirt, another cotton T-shirt, because I will have just finished 2 cotton T-shirts. Yeah. I feel like I want something wool. So anyway, I thought, well, I'll swatch, and Lord knows I have a lot of wool in the basement, so I might just grab something. And then I also, and the reason I bring this up is I need to figure out what to bring to Vermont. So I have a pair of socks that I've been working on. I'm going to bring that. I was thinking of bringing this next T-shirt, the Mellow Mood top, and I was also I have a skein that I had spun. It's Alexandra Art of Yarn. I have 454 yards of like a fingering to sport weight. I said here it's fingering. So I was thinking I might just bring that and knit a shawl.
Oh yeah,
because it's merino silk bamboo.
Oh, nice.
So I was thinking I might just get a really simple shawl and just bring that on the trip. And because it's not 100% wool, but it'd probably be more. I don't know. I might need a break from the cotton.
Yeah,
not sure. I haven't decided.
Well, it's always good to have some choice in your projects. Yeah. And I don't want to bring, a big bulky wool sweater, right.
Where I have to bring if I do bring a wool project, it would be something that I just need to bring a couple balls,
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to. This is, as with traveling, this is always a big deal. what to bring for projects.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially for such a long trip. Like very much chance that you could actually finish something while you're there. And then, oh my God, you have nothing to work on.
I know. In fact, well, I was thinking to myself, it's like, oh, I thought I had finished the first sock and halfway done on the second one. So I thought I better bring a skein of sock yarn. And then I realized, oh, no, I'm only halfway done on the first sock. Oh. So I don't need to bring any extra yarn. But I think I'm going to find a shawl for that. And then it's unknown what I'm going to do about this t-shirt. Or if I should just find like a wool hat or something to make.
Yeah, I might do that. Bring socks.
So you're going to bring your boxy for sure.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get much further this week, so it'll be and it's very light. This yarn is Shibui Pebble, and so it's silk, cashmere, and wool. And I think like half of it is silk and cashmere, and the rest is wool. But it's like, it's lighter than air. It's very nice.
Yeah.
And airy, so it won't take up very much space. And then I think I'll bring a pair of socks, but not the ones with the cables. Just a regular pair. I'll start another one. Yeah, or maybe I'll bring some yarn for hats. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I kind of wonder after making something all day, am I going to actually feel like I need to knit at the end of the day? You know? I mean, it's something different. Yeah, probably I will. But that need to make something, you know, will be already satisfied to a certain extent. It will just be the keep my fingers busy kind of knitting.
Anyway, I think that's all I really need to say. Okay. I haven't done much work on anything. I had high hopes of painting the patio furniture. I was going to try and paint the frames. That hasn't happened. So I decided I'm just going to wait till I come back. Too much pressure.
Yeah.
In the garden, more plants have gone in, and we're just waiting. All the steel's been ordered for the fence on the north side of the deck. Kelly, I swear, I thought this job would be done. I've said this before. I always thought, it'll be done March, April. Maybe May. No. It's not.
Maybe October. No. Construction projects.
I know one thing I wanted to say too. In the last episode, I was talking about PG Tips, the tea bag. I wanted to clarify. I had a communication via the our discussion thread about the triangular shaped tea bags, and apparently they just don't make them anymore. But I had a communication with Ferret Sue on the discussion thread, and it made me realize in the last episode I kept referring to the tea company as PG Tibbs, like with a B, and it's PG Tips with a P. So I had that wrong anyway. But yeah, and it was very sweet because she offered, there's a company called, I think she said it was called Tea Pigs or something, that makes the triangular shaped bag. And she said she would send me some. And I said to her, just a reminder, I have 2,200 tea bags. It's okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'll survive somehow. Anyway.
That's a lot of tea, Marsha.
Yeah.
You could have your own. Crazy. You could have your own Boston tea party.
Yeah, really. Anyway. Okay. So that's kind of it for me for projects. Okay. And then we've been talking about it, but the summer spin-in is going on now through September 7th. And Tour de Fleece is on now through July 26th. And you and I are both running out of time for spinning, but
I think
you have a few more days than I have because I'll have 2 days on the road. But
and I think I'm going to continue with, I think, with the Tour de Fleece while the women do their version of Tour de France, which is after we get back. So I mean, honestly, Marsha, I will continue spinning after September 7th. I've been just kind of on a spinning jag for a while, partly because of all the fleeces that are in my garage. And I'm making progress. So
for me, spinning is not just summer and weaving's not just winter. I say they're both year round, but anyway.
But it is fun to have like a focus. So, and Robert said to me the other day, because we got Peacock so we could watch, I renewed my subscription so I could watch, he wanted to watch the World Cup in Spanish on Telemundo. He said that he heard that it was better because they didn't cut to commercials during the hydration breaks. They actually filmed they keep their cameras on the players. So anyway, we watched, we've been watching some of the games, and he said, while you have this, you should watch all the Harry Potter movies. You haven't watched, the Harry Potter movies, and he has no interest in them. But I thought, that's a good idea. So I started this morning watching the first one. I'm about halfway through the first one. And so I think I'm going to watch Harry Potter movies and spin over the next few days. And then I have to get your room ready and that kind of stuff. But otherwise, I think I will just be able to get this merino plied up. I'm hoping to be done with it by the time you arrive so you can see all the, the skeins. So, yeah. And then our next episode, we're not making a commitment about whether we're going to do record and post an episode while we're gone. We may be able to do that, or we may just record some things while we're gone and post an episode when we get back. So we may be taking probably, I don't know, maybe it may be over 3 weeks before you get another episode. Because we should be, if we follow the schedule, we should be recording when we're in Vermont. Right.
But I don't know that we're going to have time, or we don't know how we're going to feel either.
Exactly.
I know my first weaving class I took, or only weaving class I've taken, is the one on Vashon Island. And I would come home and I was exhausted because it's physical, but it's also mental too. Yeah. Just being in class can be really tiring. So we don't really know how we're going to feel.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we're excited.
We will record something probably while we're there, but whether we get it out as an episode at that time, or if we wait and just get it posted when we get back, put some segments together or something. So anyway, it might be a while before you hear from us next, but you'll know we're having a good time. And we will report back.
I'm excited because we have a few things planned besides the weaving school. All right, well, we'll say goodbye, and then I will see you on the 15th.
Yeah. All right.
I will be there before the cocktail hour.
Okay.
Or in time for the cocktail hour.
We'll be ready.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we'll be ready for you.
Okay.
All right.
All righty.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. To subscribe to the podcast, visit 2usfiberadventures.com.
Join us on our adventures on Ravelry and Instagram. I am Better in Motion, and Kelly is 100 Projects.
Until next time, we're the 2Us
doing our part for World Fleece.